Hey, Flamindo Frog. It's good, man. Man, this is our first ever time doing this, man. It's a blessing. So, I've interviewed, Faz. I want to try to, interview the whole family, hopefully. All in due time. All in due time. Yeah, what'd you think of the Faz one? Oh, man, that's brother. You know what I mean? I thought Faz, was very in depth. You know what I'm saying? And he chronicled his career really well. Of course, he left things out. You know what I'm saying? But I think that people look at Faz's story a certain way because some people say he negative on himself, but I mean, definitely that is the tone of it. But given his background and what he came from, is no surprise really. I feel like what people can do with Faz's story is take and learn from it. You know what I'm saying? When you're in an abusive situation, get help. You know what I mean? If the family members can't help you, shit, call the police. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. It's definitely something that, people can learn from, and not to necessarily beat that man down because, he went through what he went through. And, obviously it's traumatizing because, it haunts him to this day when, the first thing you said was, you're a big fan. Yeah. You're a big fan of him. And, he kind of takes that and he's like, a big fan of what? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people talking to me about that, man. They say, how dare he say something like that? It's almost like dissing a fan in a way. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Again, given his background, the limited resources and people he was trying to reach out to, shit, it can't be no surprise to anyone that he's negative on himself. Because we didn't get to talk about it, but some of his other accolades outside of the Ribbit family is him capturing King Kong. Oh man, him, choking out the Big Show. All of these different things that we were unable to talk about because it did seem like the majority of the time, and maybe even that was my fault. Because I didn't remind him of some of these things he did. Truthfully, man, I can't speak for him because, I'm not him, but I've been around him enough to, just kind of understand his thinking in a way. And I feel like not that he'll look at those accolades and, be negative about it, but he'll look at that shit and he'll be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. But, it didn't really change XTV. You know what I mean? Like, that's truly what Faz really wanted. You know what I'm saying? Because, coming up, people looked at him like, you gonna be better than your brother. That's what Payne would tell him. That's what people would tell him. Like, he's the next, to be in that generation. After the whole Diddy Kong, Super Mario, after they was done, that's who they wanted to be the next big star. And that's what they was hyping them up to be. So when you got all that, you getting hyped up like that, it's like you doing whatever you can to, be that dude. And fuck, when the opposite effect happens, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you being abused through this whole process, by your own family members, 20 years later, you know what I'm saying? You look back and you like, damn, I wasn't shit, cause like you was built up to be this big thing, but it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Because, shit, it just didn't happen. You know what I mean? And he feels like what he got going on nowadays is a lot better. Have you reared your head in? Because he says that on various interviews that what he's doing now is quite big, but he's never detailed about what it is. Nah, man. All I can say with Faz is, like I said, that's big bro. You know what I'm saying? He just got a lot of growing to do. You know what I'm saying? I truly feel like he probably is working on something and then he'll scrap it. You know what I mean? Because he like, oh, they gonna make fun of this, or this gonna remind them of this, or I'm gonna try to act like this. He ain't fully putting out his full potential and his full best shit because, like, I feel like out of fear of being ridiculed. You know what I mean? Because when you look at it, Faz's career, You know what I'm saying? He was a joke. You know what I mean? Like, that's what people looked at him as. Whether he was Samoa, Faz, or Taz, it was always looked at as a joke. And it made us laugh, you know what I'm saying? But did that make us take him seriously? You know, him doing all these different gimmicks. You know, we didn't look at him as a serious contender because he was being a character that we were laughing at. You know what I mean? We wasn't laughing at him, but we didn't take him seriously because he wasn't putting himself out there. He was portraying something that was entertaining us and making us laugh. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, that's what I got to say about that, man. And he probably just got a lot of plans, but he don't know how to fully execute it. And I think I should just, I would love to be in his corner, but shit, I got a lot going on. Yeah. So, I mean, Faz is your older brother, correct? Yep. For years, people thought you was the older brother. Yeah, man. Vlad, welcome to XTV. I used to be the older brother. Yeah. I used to be the older brother, but for whatever reason, Tony B found fit to make Faz the older brother. There's no real reason why. It just is. I'm the older brother, and was the older brother, and Faz is now the oldest. Like it was always through our whole career. I was like the older brother one time, then Faz was the older brother, then I was the older brother. But I think in 2007, you know what I mean? Like when we did House of Ribbits, and on this one episode, Ronald said, he was dissing Faz. He was like, Faz wanna be like Flamindo Frog, and Flamindo Frog is his younger brother. And since that's recorded and documented, it's like, okay, shit, we said it on there. It's recorded that Faz is the older brother, and we gonna run with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's pretty much what it is. With Faz and shit, so yeah. Now, so it go into it, like with killing you and Susie beating on Faz. I mean, like what started that? Shit, this is a different era, man. I hate saying that shit because every time you try to say like an era is different, like I feel like you get 10 years older. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sitting here like, it ain't like it used to be, and I feel like a wrinkle growing on my face as soon as I say that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it is, But it's just it was a different era. It was the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't want to be the kid getting bullied. You wanted to be the bully, to fit in with the popular kid, which was the bully. You know what I mean? And that's truly what it was with all of us. Killer, me, Susie, like that's what it was. We were like, when I would see, cause shit, if I was like, you would be looked upon as a punk and on some soft shit if you was the one that be like, man, don't pick on that guy, man. That type of Tom and Hook type of character, like trying to fight for the bully. Like, no, don't do that. It's like people will kick your ass. You'll get roasted every single day. The teacher roast your ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was, That's why, like, if you look at a lot of documentaries from the 90s, shit, parents were scared of those kids, you know what I'm saying? Because we lived by different ethics, different morals, you know what I mean? Different standards and how we, operated and did shit. Nowadays, because shit, I feel like the world grew from that because it's like, damn, we shouldn't bully kids because they'll shoot up the damn school. You know what I mean? And all these other different things. But back then, shit, it was cool to be the bully. It was cool to be that, no nonsense type of guy. And that's just what it was with killing. So, shit, sometimes I would see Faz get his ass beat. And that was the fun part of it, though. Just beating his ass, you know what I mean? We wasn't thinking about his feelings. We wasn't thinking about long-term effects. And obviously, Pops wasn't either. But Pops was young as hell, too. You know what I mean? Like Faz made mention of in his interview, like, you know, he was young and when he had us, so he had no control over what we was doing or what we was seeing. We just existed. And, you know, he tried to protect us throughout, but he tried to survive his damn self. So he did what he could do, you know. It's like living a certain way for a long ass time, you know what I'm saying? Like you just living by yourself for years and the only person you know how to take care of is yourself. You know what I mean? So when kids just get in the picture and it wasn't expected, it's like you don't really know what to do. And then on top of that, time's just going and going, and you know your kids are growing up fast, evolving fast, because again, it's the 90s, you know what I'm saying? So it's like shit just going crazy and niggas is getting older. Like shit, it's 3-year-old, 1-year-olds and shit, you know what I mean? My first word was fuck you type things, you know what I'm saying? And it's just when those type of things go on, you know, you adapt faster than most other kids of your youth. And that's just what it was though, us beating on Faz, man. Can you think of like the worst thing you ever did to Faz? Probably electrocute his ass. Oh man, yeah. Probably I electrocuted his ass. You know, and it wasn't like, cause dog, I used to try to do it to like get respect from Killer, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's what it was. He was like a gang leader. You know what I'm saying? And like I was trying to get clout from his ass, you know. And I don't even know how I did it. I think he was in the shower actually. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, Killer, I'm finna fuck Faz up. Come check this out, You know, and I used to just, I had filmed it because I think he was in school and I skipped or whatever, you know. And I remember putting a toaster or some type of shit. No, microwave. That's what it was. I plugged the motherfucker in. You know what I'm saying? Faz in the shower singing, he's a jolly good fellow. He in the shower singing, and I plugged the motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who's in the bathroom, man? I better not be a stranger. Stranger danger, man. Damn. And I plugged the shit in the wall, the microwave, throw the motherfucker in the tub. You know what I'm saying? He's like, gosh. Damn, he could have died. Yeah, I know, but at the time, shit, that's just what it was. Like, we ain't like that nigga, you know? And my pops, you know, he should show favoritism towards Killer and, you know, stuff like that. So when he would see stuff like that, he'll kind of turn a blind eye, or he'll try to find a way to make it Faz fault. He'll be like, boy, why the hell did your ass piss him off enough to make him plug in that microwave, then throw the motherfucker in the tub, then damn near electrocute your ass? What you did to him to make him want to do that to you? Because you started it, obviously. You oldest. You know, that's what he used to say all the time. You older, you should know better. You know what I'm saying? And all kind of different stuff like that. So, I mean, and that's why it goes back to that interview. You know, you did, Vlad, when Faz is so hard on himself and all that. Nigga, you know, shit like that. You know what I mean? This nigga, like you said, he could have lost his life. We could have killed him. You know what I mean? And what he would have said if he was laying in that casket. Would those sentiments be the same? You know? So, did you say sentiments? Sentiments. I said it right. Leave me alone. But, you know, that's just how I feel about it. You know, he was like we just used to just pick on his ass. We used to bully him, you know, and I mean, damn. Now, what I look at it too, like you said, they were trying to build Faz up, you know, but at first it seemed like your whole family was popular, you know. Well, yeah, dog. Cause it just happened out of nowhere. You know, I feel like we were the first kids, well, on the West Side, cause LT was like the first kid to actually come from someone, you know, cause when you look at Diddy Kong and them, like they came in XTV as Diddy Kong and Trunks, you know, Donkey Kong, you know, that's how they came in. It's like, but this is the first time you've seen us born, like 1997 and shit, you know, when we came out, I should say. And it's the first ever time you seen seeds or spawns of another character. And we were spawns of Ronald, you know what I'm saying? Caesar Ronald and shit. And I think that's what was unique, because it was like, damn, how them kids gonna act. And I don't know, man, like, cause I feel like Killer voice, I feel like LT and Killer came out around the same time for some reason. Like, I feel like they both came out around the same time, but they didn't. Obviously, if like Sonic been going on for years, like, cause I remember like Killer talking like, like I feel like they both started talking like that at the same time. You know what I mean? Cause I remember like them both being like that, But anyway, or maybe I'm mistaken. Shit, it's been since what, 97? It's a long ass time ago, man. But what else gonna say? Shit. Yeah, the whole family was big. You know what I'm saying? Susie coming in the picture. You mentioned Susie. It always seemed like with Susie, you were. Is the internet working? What the hell going on with this download? I don't even study this shit. It's on some bullshit. But you mentioned Susie. Now, Susie was your baby sister, and on House of Ribbits, you cried when you mentioned her, but we never really seen no interactions with you and Susie on the House of Ribbits episode. Fill us into who Susie is, man. Susie is the youngest and only sister out of all of us. You know what I'm saying? And shit, man, when she first came out, because I'm just gonna make this point. I'm not trying to be controversial or dickhead, but I'm pretty sure the words that I'm going to say will make people think different. But I feel like every baby that comes out of the womb, be so ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying everybody's baby's ugly, but like when they come out and they do that crying shit, they look like aliens. You know what I'm saying? So when she came out, dog, it was different though for me, cause like, remember, I used to be older. I already explained XTV logic, so yeah, deal with that. But when she came out, because when you look at it, like I said, I changed from being the oldest to being, younger than Faz again. Like, she was always the youngest, because when she came out, she was so adorable, man. You know what I mean? Like, she cried and shit, but she wasn't an ugly newborn. You know what I mean? She was just like, eh. It was almost like a cute little cry, like, eh. It was like weird. I can't do it. I'm a dude. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, I damn sure ain't adorable, So it was just little shit like that, man. And, we was like, yeah, man, she the shit. And like, I'll say myself, my dad too, like, we was trying to make it a point to protect her from like everything. Like, we was trying to protect her, you know what I mean? That's why my dad made mention in that one shoot he did back in 2015, like, shit, if she would get her hand caught on like a rat trap or some shit, he'll beat that rat trap ass, cause like, she was so innocent, you know what I mean? And just not corrupted, and we felt like she was really special. And so we protected her like she was like a damn Lord of the Rings type of shit, And we really cared, you know what I'm saying? And of course, what happened to her later on happened, we gonna get to that shit, but when she first came out, that's just what it was. So when House of Ribbits came and they said Susie, you got to understand, prior to this, I was like homeless, living in the streets, and I would see brothers and sisters and, you know what I mean, all kind of different things just passing by. And one time it just occurred to me when I was out there hustling, and I just kind of like broke down a little bit, cause like, I'm like, damn, I got a sister, but I ain't seen her at this point in 5 years, you know what I'm saying? So it just occurred to me, and I kind of like, got emotional. And so when House of Ribbits got announced, you know what I mean, and they said they asked me about Susie. I'm like, damn, I got a sister. I ain't seen her ass in a while. And, all the thoughts of what I was saying when I was homeless, prior to the filming of the shit was like, wow, you know what I mean? I got a chance to be close with her. I got a chance to see my sister. It was tears of joy and tears of sadness because of lost time, and shit, I broke down, and I really thought we was going to have a chance to, kick it and talk and get an understanding of each other. But once I seen who she was hanging out with, I knew like, shit, this just going to stay a thought. You know what I mean? And I feel like I should have took more initiative in trying to get in a closer relationship with her. You know what I mean? Like maybe then certain things wouldn't have occurred with her, her mental state. But it's only so much you can do and so much you can hope for. And, certain shit happens, but I'm not trying to be dismissive of it. Shit, we both still alive. We both still got breath in our lungs. So hopefully through my existence, I pray that we can talk to each other and I can get close to my sister. I ain't talking about no classic X TV recording. It don't gotta be classic. You know what I'm saying? It can just be me seeing my sister and getting to know it, and us reestablishing the relationship we never had because of a life that unfortunately we had to live. You know what I'm saying? And that's truly what it is. So yeah, man. I mean, I still kind of get emotional over that because going back to what I said, man, it's like, fuck, all this time that done got lost. I ain't get to spend it with my sister, and then, all these classic episodes of House of Ribbies. Like you said, shit, I never got to talk to her. I never got to do nothing. I think only one time we did interact is I was like, she called me stupid or something. I'm like, you gonna get enough of calling me stupid like I am. I called my damn self stupid by accident, but that's cause even that, like, I ain't want to disrespect her. I'm like, so I tried to say something slick, but shit, I still ain't want to hurt her feelings because I could look in her eyes and still be like, that's baby sis. Don't say nothing disrespectful. You know what I mean? So I wind up disrespecting. You need a moment? I'm crying. I ain't laughing. Oh, man. Wind up disrespecting myself, you know what I'm saying? And yeah. Crazy story, man. So you guys Killer, you and all of you guys are close. What I noticed is they always try to push fast. I think I just asked this question, but like, yeah, you never did anything on your own. You know what I mean? Nah, man. I just watched, and Killer used to always say like, I'm next up, because people give Killer a lot of shit, man, and even myself, and again, we gonna get to it, but understand, man, like when I was under him and we was beating on fast like that back in the day, shit, he'll tell me, you next up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it was. We was cool, and with Faz and like being around D-Matic and them, that's what they would say to him. You gonna be next. So it's crazy how that is, right? That whole dynamic is like Faz is pushed up to be the next star, but Killer winds up being a big star, and the people under Overkill is telling Faz he gonna be big, and Killer telling me I'm gonna be big. It's weird. But we so I just used to follow him until like he'll give me a job doing something. And I actually was on Mario Kart. Like, I'm pretty sure nobody remembers it. I mean, not Mario Kart, but Diddy Kong Racing. When Killer would go, old stop, that's me in the background. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of bobbing my head a little bit, but nobody cares. I thought that shit was going to be so cool because it's like 1998. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ooh, look at that frog bobbing his head. That's cool, ain't it? Nobody cared. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that's just what that was with that. And, So I asked Faz on our shoot interview of what made him want to leave, House of Rivers. I mean, no. Like, how did he react? Like, was there an argument or something that made all of you guys depart, eventually? And he said, so it wasn't really like a big argument that led to everybody just falling apart. It was just, tons of toxic. You know what I'm saying? Like people were tired of it. Shit, me. I just hope that they would leave. Like I remember one time those, and maybe this led to it. I'm just like, I think they were kicking my ass, you know what I'm saying? And Killer Flamindo Frog looked at me dead in the eyes with this just evil, but I'm happy that I'm fucking you up. That's why this smile is here. Looked. And they said, I hate you. You know what I'm saying? And I remember looking at them and I said, if you hate me so fucking bad, why don't you leave? Because no matter what you do, it's going to hurt me. I'm going to get put in the hospital the next thing you do, and I'm going to be hurt. However, if you hate me so much, kill me. And if you can't do that, get the fuck out. He said that it wasn't no big argument or nothing like that. But I think it was a combination of shit that really pushed us apart. Like in 1999, we had a guest come over to our house, and it was a guest that we was all looking forward to. Just one of them people that you just, a family member you love to see. He wound up dying. You know what I'm saying? Like later on that evening, at first he just one of them people, man. They loud, they goofy, they funny. You know that, just that person, the life of the party, came in there happy as a bitch. And we watching movies with him. Like I think we played Candyland before that. When he first came in, he was like, y'all want to play Candyland? Well, let me get my shit together and take a bath, man. Y'all niggas a little too happy. Now damn. And we played Candyland, and later on that night we watched the movie. And this eccentric dude, you know what I'm saying, like always happy, he was being quiet. He was being very quiet. We didn't understand why. It was just like we would say things and just, I guess he's sleepy, I guess he tired. And I remember Dad was like, he tired, y'all, he tired. And so we like, okay, he tired, let's go on. And, I think it was either Faz or my dad that noticed him in the same position. You know what I mean? And he died, man. And like, I remember my dad said some shit like, this y'all fault. Y'all try to, y'all stress motherfuckers out and y'all lead them to their death. You know what I'm saying? And it was a domino effect of like, it ain't my fault, it's Faz's fault, man, because he fat. And it's his fault, And all of us blaming each other for this dude that just died. We don't know how he died. He dead though, On top of that, this is something little kids are seeing. You know what I mean? Kids are seeing somebody that they love die right in front of them. So for my dad to say that shit was some sucker shit. I ain't realized it till years later. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, damn, my dad said that to us. At that young tender age we was, that nigga thought to say that. And Faz can keep, even myself, shit, I can keep on saying, damn, Dad was young, so he didn't know no better. But shit, he wasn't that young where he couldn't watch his fucking mouth. You know what I mean? Nigga, we your kids, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that shit really destroyed us. Like, that was one of the things I can say. And, it was probably a few things here and there. Like myself, I wasn't liking the way the money was rolling out. Remember, I used to be older. But like, I wasn't liking the way the money was coming in, and I did the Ice Cube. I let it be known. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I straight bucked. I remember, dog, like, my dad was like, you ain't gotta run and walk. Because some of us, when we was badass kids, we'll just be like, I'm gonna run away. And his ass always go, you ain't gotta run and walk. And so, shit, I'm like, bitch, I am gonna do that then. I'll walk away. And I remember walking away. And he was like, I had tried to take my clothes. He was like, you ain't buy none of that shit though, so go and walk away, but leave my shit. I threw that shit on the floor, knocked over his chandelier. You know what I'm saying? I remember just walking out. And about what year was this? Shit, this had to be, damn, 2002. You know what I mean? Maybe even '01. I just walked out, man. And I mean, you didn't have no qualms about it. Like, did it ever occur to you that this is my father I'm walking out on, you know? I looked at it as the start of a new journey. You know what I mean? I knew it was going to be a dark journey, but I had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was not the right place for me. And just dealing with the shit I was dealing with my dad and all that, like, I had to walk away. And eventually Susie followed suit. I mean, you wouldn't even see your brother and them in passing. Oh yeah, every now and then, you know, it'll be some old small world shit, but like we wouldn't even talk to each other. We just pass by each other. They'd be like, Flamindo Frog, ain't that your brother? I'd be like, yeah. That's a question I forgot to ask you. Your name, Flamindo Frog. My dad was young, man. I was Flamindo Frog because Flamindo, the character, 90%. A legend. Like, I used to love him, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So it was really a nickname, you know what I'm saying. My name is really Chad Vasquez. You got Spanish in your blood? Nah, man, I'm just saying my name Chad something, and it just it stuck. Flamindo Frog stuck. So like everybody really got nicknames except Susie, again, but that's Susie, like, because that's just who she is. It's like, that's a beautiful name, you know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful little girl. So like, she never got even harmed as far as a nickname, you know what I mean? It's like, shit, you Susie and we love you, but yeah. So how did you survive? I mean, making money, man. There was this dude named Ty Bradshaw, man. We used to call him Bradshaw. We'd be like, what up, Bradshaw? He used to be like, so. And he just showed me the game, man. He was like, so. Hey, little man. Hey, little man, stand on the corner right quick. Stand on the corner with Bradshaw right quick. I go over there, I stand on the corner with him like, what's up, bro? See this? Put this in your hand. See that crackheaded nigga right there? Do this. This nigga gave me a shitload of money. What? Yeah. Kind of like that scene in the Biggie movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I hustle. You know what I mean? Shit, sometimes you have to call, like, you see the most fucked up looking motherfucker and you got to be like, hey, ooh, 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 ooh. They come over there like, what's up, man? And that's how I did it, man. I sold crack, shit. I sold weed. I ain't do the whole get a forklift and do all that other crazy shit, meet with the Italians. What's going on, buddy? Shit like that. That's not an Italian accent. Sorry about that, Vlad. But I ain't do none of that. I just did regular street shit. I used to rob motherfuckers. Like, I used to wait for people to get off a bus. What I used to really do though, that was crazy is I used to like help out at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like old ladies in their carts. I used to help them out and like putting shit inside their van. And like when they wasn't looking, because they'll be so old. Like, I just take their purse and run like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And like right when they ain't looking, I'd be like, all right, ma'am, you have a nice day. She'd be like, you seen my purse? I'd be like, nah, I ain't seen your purse. You know what I'm saying? But they so old where they ain't paying attention. So they like, I left my purse right here. I was gonna give you a nice little tip. I'm like, oh, it's all right, man. God got me, baby. And I dart off counting the money. You know what I'm saying? That's how I used to make my living. Just little random hustle street shit. And Shit, Bradshaw ass got popped. Oh, really? Yeah, he got popped. And that really devastated me, man. You know, that made me whole as fuck. Basically, shit, it was a drug deal going wrong. He waiting by the little telephone pole right across Fletcher and Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? And he was trying to sell a rock to this crackhead. And I guess the crackhead got brave, popped his ass, you know what I'm saying? And that fucked me up, man, cause like Bradshaw was like real family to me, man. Like what I liked about him is he was godlike in a way. He didn't talk, but his actions did. You know what I'm saying? He'll be like, hold on, like I'll say some shit. Like I'll be like, damn, I'm hungry as fuck, man. You know, I've been on this block all day starving. And he'll be like, you ain't gonna starve no more. Hold up. You gonna eat? Shit, man. A few minutes later, this nigga got a big ass thing of checkers and it's like, which one you want? Fuck that shit. Have all this. You know? I used to look at doing little shit like that, man. So when he got popped, it was fucked up. Like I remember even talking to him about his lifestyle because, you know, he was just such a good dude. He was like, good people get drove into bad situations where they got to adapt to that situation but remain good. And, you know, for him to say little shit like that let me know he was a special person. You know what I mean? But even then, it's like one of those people where it's just like, my life is a movie and you ain't gonna make it to the end. You know what I'm saying? You too much of a good person to be in this situation. You gotta be taken somewhere else, somewhere better. And that's how I look at it. You know what I mean? I don't really look at Bradshaw death as bad, but shit, at the time, being that young, that shit devastated me because that was my only like family outside of the family that, you know, in a way didn't give a fuck about me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like, yeah, that shit made me cold-blooded as fuck. It was like, fuck that whole, you know, help an old lady out with a cart, man. It's knock them bitches over, take their carts, threaten to fucking stab them if they flinch. You know, I ain't never killed nobody or nothing like that. But it was like I started to be on some real goon savage shit, you know, and I ain't give a fuck, man. I was cold-blooded. Was you in and out of jail around this time? Shit, all the time. You know, when CAW came, everybody was on that motherfucker. Like everybody was in CAW. That was like a big thing, you know what I'm saying? And shit, I wouldn't be on that shit because I was in and out of jail, institution, juvenile centers, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And they'll try to find my dad, and you know they'll call and be like, "Yeah, Ronald, your son's back in his juvenile facility." He'll be like, "Fuck him," and then he'll hang the phone right up. You know what I mean? And yeah, little things like that, you know. And I just survived, man. That's truly what it was. And so how did House of Ribbons, how was that presented to you? Well, it's a crazy story, man. I think 90 told this story better. Shouts out to 90. That's always been my hero. You know, I was rolling with a gang though. I was rolling deep as hell with a gang. You know what I'm saying? Rolling 60s, man. And that's who I was with, the Rolling 60s Crips. And like we was just used to do fucked up shit. Like it was no real code of ethics. It was nothing. It was just go out there, do some fucked up shit. You know what I mean? That's just it. You know what I mean? And we just did fucked up shit. Like one of my niggas dropped a baby from a bridge. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Wow. You know, but the baby made it all right, man. He just lost his pacifier. But other than that, you know, I mean, I guess the worst shit I did was like, it was this homeless dude in a dumpster and I burned that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I burned the dumpster. The dude, he ain't die. You know, he escaped and everything, but I remember us rolling, watching that nigga just panic like, oh, let me out of here. You know what I'm saying? We was just dying at that shit. But something happened that turned me to a human. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to F&K radio. That shit got real big. And the sing along episode was on. It was live, and Faz was getting beat up, and it triggered something, man. You know what I'm saying? It was like, damn, that dude getting fucked up. Like, I felt like that was Bradshaw's spirit that came in me, man. And it was like, damn, man, help that dude out. And I went to go to the F&K studios, man, to try to, cause I was going to continue helping Killer beat Faz's ass. And out of nowhere, I'm like, man, I changed my mind, man. Hit Killer, and I tripped. And I said, you know what I'm saying? And Best's infamous words. This is one of them storylines that don't nobody care about. You know what I'm saying? And it was something that people obviously cared about. Ooh, the money came in. What money? Sorry. I mean, the money. Hold on a second. Yeah, and I wound up hitting Faz, you know what I'm saying? And the storyline got so popular where I don't even know how these niggas tracked me down. But I was like posted up, me and my homeboys, we in front of the corner store. And it was like, they like, hey, aren't you Flamindo Frog? And they was saying they trying to get House of Ribbons together. My dad was actually trying to get it together. Oh, okay. Yeah, he was trying to make sure that show, came into existence so he could get the family back together again, so we can be strong and love each other and all of that. And I was like, shit, how much I'm getting paid? You know what I'm saying? And they was like, you will be rewarded, quite well. You know what I mean? You will have a closer relationship with your family, and the payout's gonna be pretty good. And doing that nickel and dime shit, that shit sounded good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, it is what it is. But they was truly lying to me. I later found out that was just my dad's little scheme trying to get us to, be together as a family again. So, I accepted it, and shit. The first thing that happened is me and Killer fought on that motherfucker. Yeah. Quite an entertaining episode. It didn't do good at first, but later on, as moderation, it did pretty well. It did very well. You guys have one of the top 10 best episodes, which is season 2, episode 1 of all time in XTV history, XTV West history. The experience of that show was something else, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at it now, you know what I'm saying, with wiser eyes and a wiser mind. Because, like, back then, you know what I'm saying, the little small petty shit like Killer eating, my Cheerios or whatever happened with that situation and how mad I was, I laugh at that shit now, you know what I mean? But at that moment, like, it was a big thing, like, nigga, don't eat my Cheerios, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like some real shit, I gotta figure out what made him think at this time I'm gonna eat his Cheerios. Like, I would really map out little petty shit, like, what would make him eat my shit, And everything is come to pass with that. You know what I mean? Do you feel the show accomplished anything? Of course not. Hell no. You know what I mean? Like, what can be accomplished with dysfunction? When you look at House of Ribbits, they got a dysfunctional family and put them in a house. They lived together and they were dysfunctional. There was no counselor. There was nobody trying to help us, improve. Even on the last episode of House of Ribbits that get mixed reviews, it's like, okay, we had a good conversation finally. We love each other finally. But how are we going to stay on that journey to loving each other after we've been absent from each other all of these years? Who's there to help this situation? Nobody. So, we stayed dysfunction because there was no middle person, that could keep us on that right road to stand a close unit, a close family. And I think that a lot of people got worse. Well, Killer got very successful 2008. It's true. What was your reaction? Man, I was proud of him, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause like Killer's story, everybody tell you he defied the odds. You know what I'm saying? Like he had literally everybody and everything against him. He had every reason not to win. You know what I'm saying? When you really look at how it was, like he wasn't supposed to win, you know, but this motherfucker miraculously won. You know, the hearts of millions of people, and, you know, the most popular kid out of all of us, you know, period. Like that shit is really special. You know, you can't really go past one shoot interview without somebody mentioning it. You know what I mean? I even listened to Justin's JNW podcast interview. Shit, they mentioned Killer. You know what I'm saying? Like even like when you have a conversation outside of XTV of what's going on, you can't stop mentioning this dude because his impact is that incredible. So like that shit, of course it caught me by surprise. It caught a whole lot of us by surprise. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. But like it was like, fuck, if I would have stayed a little longer with Killer, you know what I'm saying, instead of just be with Faz, cause at this point I feel like Faz's weakness was starting to show more, because when Bob tried to have him in his corner, you know what I'm saying, and Bob was like, and then he dissed Bob like he did, I think that really tarnished anything he had trying to go forward. And I'll never forget this insult. It was like, no matter what you do, Bobby asked, no matter what you do from this point, I want you to know you're going to stay fell off. I don't care what you do in the future. This was his words. And you got to understand, Bob is the voice of XTV. Fuck what anybody say. You know what I'm saying? XTV East, that is. So at this point, when he said that, it was like, shit. Cause like we kind of felt it too. It was like, damn, you know, Faz can't do shit to come back from this. And from that point all the way to now, Faz hasn't done anything. And then when he doing these shoot interviews, you know, down in his damn self, is not helping his character. It's not helping his career. But I already explained why he does it. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, that's how I feel, man. You know, I was surprised and shit. Well, what did you go back to doing? I mean, as Killer's being successful and all these other different things going on. Oh, I went to school. Oh, really? Yeah. I went to school. I went to Irwin. First, I did culinary. You know what I'm saying? I did that shit. Learned how to cook. That shit wasn't for me. Wound up going to law school. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was tough as hell. You know what I'm saying? And I was just going to college for different degrees, you know what I'm saying? Lying ass, shut up. Master's degree. Oh, fuck, I hit record. Wound up getting my master's degree because I did blank, 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 blank. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I was happy, but like we ain't got nobody to share that with. You know, it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? But I just kind of just did my thing, you know, a responsible hustle, I guess you can say, because I wasn't in the streets. I was just going to school. I was trying to advance myself, you know what I'm saying, and not risk being arrested and shit like that. So yeah, I was getting my life together after House of Ribbits, you know what I'm saying? And shit, a nigga wind up watching Killer Digital 2 in 2010 and broke down again, just like I did when I was dead broke seeing Susie ass, you know what I'm saying? Cause like, I'm not gonna say Killer ruined her, you know, but fuck, like, you can tell, man, cause like she always had an issue, like mentally, like, you know what I'm saying? And now she on that coke. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And that destroyed me, dog. Like that fucked me up. You know what I mean? Cause this is my little sister. I was trying to protect, but all of that shit went out the window because of whatever I did. You know what I'm saying? And now I see her on TV. And at this point, life was good. Shit, I got my master's degree. I'm getting job offers and all this. I see that. that shit pushed me into a whirlwind of depression. You know what I'm saying? That it took me like, from that point center like that, it took me like maybe a good 2-3 years to get out of that shit. I was in a slump. I got fat as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I was just sad, you know. Well, did you ever try to contact her? Hell yeah, man. And she'd answer the phone. She'd be like, hello, who are you? Dick. And hang the phone right up. You know what I'm saying? And shit, she'll say the same thing. Sometimes she'll stutter though. She'll be like, low dick. And then, you know what I'm saying, hang right up in my face. But yeah, I used to try to get that relationship going. Like, Susie, man, you gotta get better. You gotta get better. Dick. You know what I mean? And it was unfortunate, dog. And she good now, I guess. I don't know, man. Shit. Just really hurt it though, you know. Fuck. So 2000, a few years roll around, and you know, some people say that you were accusing a killer of being Illuminati and things like that. That's when I was going through my depression. Oh, yeah, I was going through my shit. So I needed to let some steam off. And, you know, I put it on Kill Ass and I said, he Illuminati. I wasn't even trying to get fame. I lost my fucking mind, dog. It's like, shout out to everybody that look at Illuminati videos, but just understand this. That shit will make you crazy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to understand there is an off switch. Not just with cutting it off, but with some of the motherfuckers uploading that content. And when you step back, you like, oh, these niggas ain't saying a damn thing. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? That's just it. And like, I was watching a lot of them videos, you know, and it clouded my judgment. And I said, Killer Ass is Illuminati. You know what I mean? And I was just tripping, dog. And, you know, I was just wasn't even trying to get fame. I just got lost into something that everybody was talking about at one point and tried to put that into XTV. I tried to do little videos, but nobody accepted them. And I'm like, look, they trying to blackball me from the industry, but nobody cared. You know, only one person and one view was like, yeah, they trying to blackball you. And that was this nigga I went to college with. You know what I'm saying? He wound up stopped following me after like 2 crazy ass videos that I was just sending him. But yeah, man, you know. So 2015 rolls around and Killer does his Inside the Actor studio to widespread acclaim from XTV West. And this follows with Ronald, Susie, and Catherine and different people from the House of Ribbits show doing interviews based off of House of Ribbits, because I guess it's doing very well on XTV Fuse. You didn't interview. They wanted me to interview, but I declined it. You know what I'm saying? A lot done changed, man. You know, Vlad, like, I just really focused on my life. Like I told you, man, 3 years of depression, you know, and I think it just took a lot for me to get right. And what helped was counseling. You know what I'm saying? I know some people say counseling don't help, but for me, counseling did help. And I needed a counselor. I needed somebody to talk to about these thoughts, about these ideas and all the stuff that was going on. And, you know, I'm not going to say what I said because I revealed some very personal things. I revealed some things in this interview to him, you know, about my past and, you know, shit, I just happened to have a real nigga psychiatrist. You know what I mean? He prescribed me no medicine. He just prescribed me some real nigga shit to live by. And it was like, oh, damn, you know. And it snapped me out of it. And I got right. And I started to, you know, I just been working really. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to go back to the dark past of where I was. Like, I keep in contact with Faz. I keep in contact with, and that's about it. Shit, nobody else, you know. My past too dark, dog, you know, and I can't talk to Susie, obviously, you know, under the circumstances I mentioned, I hope she's doing well now. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can do. But it's no contact with that. You know what I mean? Unless life happens and certain things happen, and it's like, okay, damn, now we close again. Now this is happening. But for right now, that was something that I lived through. I have no real positive memories. I can't even say I got good memories with it. XTV got great content, but I don't have good memories being in the process of that. You know what I'm saying? I got good memories when I was going to school, and the people that would motivate me to finally get my master's degree, that was what I did. You know what I mean? I go back to Faz again. Shit, he stayed stuck with my pops. You know what I mean? He stayed stuck in that situation. He didn't try to advance himself. He didn't try to go to college. So that's why the shit's so negative. Like his whole interview shit. Because he stayed in a negative situation and he didn't see no way out. Me, I went to school. I did these different things. I had a kid. You know what I'm saying? Oh, really? Yeah, Flamindo Frog Jr. You know what I mean? Shit, I had him last year, March 15th, 2016. I had a kid. It's like, so this is a new thing I can start. Sorry. This is a new journey I can start, a new life I can start, and certain things, so he don't go into the certain spaces I went in my life. I can implement smart things. I'm having a rough night. I can implement things in them that my family, my biological family, can't implement in them. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. I'm on an ultralight beam because I'm trying to get myself right. That's good, man. So nothing coming up in XTV. Nah, man. But I am keeping my eye out on it. It's in a very good place, man. Shout out to NXTV East. They keeping this shit going. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Raylan. Shout out to Shannon. All they ass. They dope as fuck. I'm keeping my eye on that. That's definitely interesting. I feel like this is the start of a new XTV, like NXTV, in a new era where it's not about negativity and you got to get yourself over, shit, man. XTV was real dark at one point. Like, I think the story of '08 has been explained many times. And, man, I don't know, dog. Because just when you keep on putting dark shit out there, it's gonna fuck the content up. But that's just how I feel, man. But Flamindo Frog, it was good doing this, man. We almost did it for an hour, man. Almost. Well, thanks, man.